Hey guys, Helen Hartsmith here again from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a beautiful day outside among my herbs and just kind of trying not to hork a lung out actually because it's a little muggy. Anyhow, I'm here with my video response for the 2018 YouTube Pagan Challenge. This year we're doing the ABCs of Paganism, and this video I actually decided to do two letters together because they kind of work together. So if you're new or haven't seen any videos like this before, the intention is that as an individual, I'm going through and telling you about a subject that, you know, starts with the letter. So for me, when it comes to paganism, this video is about the letters K and L. And so for me, K really stands for kindness when it comes to paganism and witchcraft and my path. And then for L, I'm just going to kind of tell you what both of the letters stand for, because I think as I talk, it's gonna weave together. Okay, so for L, I think about love, and I think about listening. Okay, so as a pagan, I feel like it's incredibly important for us to be kind to one another. As a pagan, we are part of a fringe religion, and while our numbers seem to be growing every year, we still aren't vying for the top spot when it comes to spiritual paths. And quite honestly, that's okay by me. I'm not thinking that we need to be, but you know, we have to be aware of certain things when it comes to how we deal with others, when we deal with others that are pagan, and when we deal with others that aren't pagan, because those types of interactions are basically the same. It's how we treat each other. Okay, and so I think that kindness is really important, especially based on where we're at culturally in this country in 2018. There's a lot of unrest in the country, in the world. There's a lot of hatred, and there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of intolerance that is happening in the world. And so while I am a proponent of standing up for your rights, I also believe that there has to be a certain amount of kindness that we extend to each other. Oh, I see a bushy tail. There's a squirrel just off my deck. So anyhow, there's a certain amount of kindness that we need to extend to one another. I've always I enjoy talking with other people of different religions. I enjoy having that dialogue where we share our belief systems, where we share what our path is, and I've always been okay with that. And I think that the biggest reason that I've been able to have those kinds of positive conversations with people is because of kindness. And I think that it's an important thing to remember, because at the end of the day, if I talk to someone that has a different belief, whether it be a spiritual path, whether it be having to do with LGBT concerns, whether it has to do with political, we all have our own beliefs, and we all come to an understanding of what we believe based on our personal experiences. And the biggest thing that we have to remember is that nobody can change our mind about how we feel about certain things. And so what we have to remember is that we can't change the minds of someone else. I mean, okay, that's kind of not a great statement, because yeah, I guess through, you know, polite conversation and things like that, there could be change that happens. But in general, we know what we believe, and you're not going to change our minds. And so how do you deal with someone then that you're not going to change them, they're not going to change you? Well, guess what? You have to realize that. And you have to, the big thing is where do you go from there? Oh, you can see the squirrel right there. See that bushy tail? So you have to find a way, you have to find common ground. You have to find a way to deal with each other. Because there's the workplace, there's our country, you know, there's our covens, there's our communities. You know, we all have different thoughts about how things should be, and that's okay. It's how we interact with each other and compromise and find a way to live together. That's how we become a successful society, and kindness is key to that. I also think that love and listening is another important variable. As a witch, I look at things like working with my coven and working magic as working in perfect love and perfect trust. And so love it is a universal tenet. You see love talked about in like every religion across the board. And so love is what kind of makes the world go round. And so that's an important part of my outlook on life, how I work with people, how I interact with people. If you're in my circle, then there is a love there that happens, and there's a certain trust that goes along with love. And so, yeah, love is super important to me in my practice as a pagan, as a witch. But I also think that listening is incredibly important too. As you can tell by the fact that I have a YouTube channel, I like to talk. I like to express myself. I like to share my ideas and my my beliefs. But I also like to listen. I also make it a point to listen. And sometimes that's hard, but that's what we have to do. That's all part of that getting along and working together. Because do I believe that white supremacy is good? No. But it exists in the world. And I'm not going to change someone. But can we work together? Can we listen to one another? And can we come to a common understanding that, you know, we can both have our beliefs, but we can live together still? It's tough. It's a hard way to look at things. It's a hard way to look at the world. But I think in the end, that's what we need to do to, again, have a successful society. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about my letter K and L words and how I feel about them? Let's discuss things. I'm willing to listen to your ideas. And I guess I should also put in here too that I don't want to play the fluffy bunny card in what I'm saying here. You know, I still think that we should protect ourselves. I don't think that we need to roll over and let the negative, as we see it, the negative things happen in the world. But sometimes you can't change it. And it plays into that polarity, that dichotomy, that you can't have the light without the dark, because together they make a balance. So where do we get to that balance? That's the question I want to know. Where do we get to the balance? So that's it for this video. If you liked it or learned something, hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We love having you come back and checking out videos here. I love it. I love having you here. So thank you for your support. There is a Facebook page out there. So there's a link now for a Heart of the Witch's Path Facebook page in the box below, so be sure to check that out and like that. I would greatly appreciate it. yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. So thanks for watching, and thanks for taking the time to walk the path for a while with me. Until next time, blessed be.